Hey everybody, this is Rob Travels with Dottie, and today I have 16 things that I had no idea that I needed, but I do. And if you're thinking of being a full-time RV traveler or already are, you might want to take a look at these things because they've all in one way or another become essential to me. The first thing I want to talk about is what they call a water thief. And here's what it looks like, and what the hell is it? You see a rubber sleeve and then a side that attaches to just a regular water hose. Well, the rubber sleeve is designed to go over a faucet that doesn't have any threads on it. Where would that happen? Well, there's a number of places that can happen. One is you may find a gas station that says, hey, it's okay for you to fill your tanks with our water, and you'll go and you'll find out that they don't have any threads on it. A big one is a lot of state parks have potable water spigots all over the place, but none of them have the threads. So it's impossible to hook a hose up to fill your tank, but if you have one of these, you can do it. Okay, next is, look at this, a sewer hose. Well, you'll say, Rob, I already have a sewer hose. That's basic, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is. This is a hose extension. Why do you need a hose extension? Because you're going to get into a situation eventually where you're going to stay, even if you avoid RV parks and you want a boondock, you're going to sometimes stay in RV parks. And you're going to get into a situation where the hose that you have isn't long enough. You're going to need the extension. And you don't want to be caught in a situation where you can't reach the sewer. Hey, next we have here, this is a cover for an electric tongue jack. If you have a trailer and it has an electric tongue jack, they're very convenient, very nice to use, but if you leave them exposed full time to the elements, eventually water is going to get in there into the mechanism and it's going to burn out and you're going to have to buy a new one. If you keep it covered, guess what? You get to keep it for a long time. The next thing are these orange leveling jacks. You'll see people with these all over the place. They're very popular. They're stackable. I use them, a few of them under my tongue jack. I use them under my stabilization, under my stabilizers, so those don't sink into the ground. And also, I use them to actually level the trailer. I put a couple of them out, and one side of the trailer drives up on them, and it tilts it so it's level. So they're very useful. You'll need them. You'll be grateful you had them. Next thing I have is a thermostat. You might say, Rob, my RV came with a thermostat. Well, this is a special thermostat. You see, it's a little pricey. It's, I think if I remember right, about $269. It enables you to connect to it not only through Bluetooth, but you're able to connect to it through Wi-Fi. So if you have Wi-Fi on in your rig, if you have an internet connection, you can access this thermostat from anywhere in the world. Why is it important? If you have puppies, if you have kitties, and you want to make sure that your rig is the right temperature while you're away, and it even allows you to turn on the AC or turn on the heat as need may be. This next one, not a pleasant subject to talk about, but I tell you, this thing's useful. It's a portable bidet. I know it looks like a flashlight, but you take it apart. There's a reservoir for warm water, and you can use it in your toilet. It will dramatically cut down on the amount of bathroom tissue that you put in your black tank. You should be using RV tissue designed for RVs specifically, because the material breaks down easier and faster, so you don't develop problems in your black tank and anywhere else in your system. Next thing, this is a level, and I think they come in twin packs. It's nice to put one on the side of your RV and another on the front of your RV. Right near the front where your tongue jack is, so you can make adjustments to make sure your rig is level without having to run back and forth like I've been doing for years. I have like a carpenter's level, and I would throw it down on the floor inside the RV, inside that door there, and I would run back and forth between the tongue jack and the door to see, you know, when is it level. Waste a lot of time and energy. Then we have a water pump. And you might say, well, I'm pretty sure there's a water pump in my RV. Brand new one, brand new RV. Me too. However, if you're a full-timer, this is one component, one of maybe many components that will wear out over time in full-time use. And here's what you don't want to have happen. You don't want your water pump to fail when you're boondocking in a really cool place, far, far, far from a busy town. So it might take you days or a week to get a new water pump. In the meantime, you don't have access to water. These are only about $60, $70. I always keep a spare one. So I'm ready to go and ready to swap it out when in my pump, if I keep my RV long enough, my pump will fail. Next, for you boondockers, for you heavy-duty boondockers that love to boondock, this RV tote is a 36-gallon tote that is designed for you to put in your black and your gray water and take it somewhere to dump, so you don't have to move your trailer. And this is, to me, it makes a lot of sense for trailers that are being towed by a pickup truck. To me, it doesn't make as much sense to do it with like a Class A or a Class C. So here's what I do. I use a Macerator pump, which is the next item here. It's run 12 volt, and it attaches onto the sewer connection, and it actually will not only macerate things that come out of there, any solids or anything, but it will provide pump pressure to pump that sewage and gray water out of your rig at pressure, so you can pump it to that that tote that I showed you. That tote's 36 gallons. You fill that thing up, you're not going to be lifting that, at least not alone. So what I do is I set it in the back of my pickup truck. The width is just right, it sits back there. I take that designated garden hose for black and gray water, I hook it up, I run the Macerator pump, I pump my waste into the back of, into the tote in the back of the pickup truck. I drive my pickup to the dump station and open the tailgate, attach everything, dump it out, rinse it out, and I'm ready to go again. That way I can boondock for a long time. Like when I'm in Quartzsite, I'll park my rig in La Posa South on BLM land. I'll pay the $180 for the season, and I won't move my trailer for months. I don't have to, because I have this system set up with the tote and the Macerator pump. These things here, these are chocks for if you have manual stabilizers like I do. They give you, kind of a wrench, a big crank to crank them up and down. Well, that becomes rather tedious very quickly. You can get one of these things, put it onto an electric drill, and zzz, zzz, your struts go up and down with your power drill. And there's 2 in a pack. Why is it a good idea to have 2 in a pack? Because you're gonna lose one. All right, next. Surge protector. You've probably heard a little bit about surge protectors, but you need to get a good one. You need to get a proven one. If you're going to stay in RV parks, and I'm telling you, even if you're a boondocker like me, I'm in an RV park right now, you're going to have occasions where you're going to be in an RV park and you're going to be hooked to electric. And you are at their mercy for the quality of their electric. Both under voltage and over voltages can hurt your whole electrical system, and it could burn everything out and cost hundreds if not thousands of dollars. This from Hughes is a little pricey. It's the one that I have, but it monitors everything very well. It's good for under voltage, over voltage, and here's a bonus. It's expensive, but if you get a big surge and it blows it, right? You don't have to buy a new one. There's just a little module, and here it is up here. And I have an extra module sitting in my junk drawer. So if I ever have a huge surge and it blows out my surge protector, I just pop the new module in and I'm gonna be good to go. Here is a gauge that protects you in a similar way from high water pressure. I haven't had this happen to me yet, but I've heard plenty of stories about it happening to other people. When you hook up to what they call city water, you hook up pressurized water with a water hose from the stand to your city fill connection, and it actually pressurizes all the plumbing inside your RV. And as you probably know, it's not copper, it's PEX tubing, and it has pressure limits. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that if the pressure gets too high, you can blow out a connection and you can flood your RV and cause water damage. If you have one of these devices on there, it will restrict the water pressure no matter what is coming out of the hose outlet. So it's a pretty good thing to have. It's safe. Need I say more? The last thing, and I'm sure if you've been doing any kind of research on RV life, you've seen plenty on this, but it's especially if you're buying a new RV, I don't know why they do this on every rig, but the mattress that they put in your RV is gonna be terrible. You wanna replace it. And what I put up here is just one company that sells these mattresses that are designed for RVs, because you'll want to get the exact measurements that you're going to replace, because it's not like twin, full, and queen in your home. There are some odd sizes with RVs, and you want to find out what that is. You want to buy one. It's these deals now. The mattresses come in small boxes, and you open it up, and they expand. So worth it, especially if you're full-time. If you get any one of these things that are on the more expensive side that I'm recommending, get this one, because you want to be comfortable when you sleep. So I'm looking, and that's pretty much it for these things that I didn't know I needed to have, and I got along the way, and I'm real happy I have them. I hope at least some of this was useful to you. Take care. Have a great day.